Hello and welcome to the Talk and Cover podcast. This is Season 1, Episode 5. I'm Jeff Veluzzi, your host for today. With me as always are Jansen, Reed, and Joe. Also with us today is the talented Max Royce, singer and guitarist from three great local alternative and punk bands, Poorsport, The Requisite, and the Greengoes. You can check them out on the internet at facebook.com/poorsportmusic and www.therequisitemusic.com. Today on the show, we've got three live performances featuring Max. First up is a Requisite song called Squared. After a bit of a comfy squeeze and talk on the TNC couch, he'll be playing another song titled Meet Me at Dawn. Then Joe asks a gripping and important question about biblical sea monsters. I think we'll learn a little something important, so pay attention. After that, we review the latest album from My Morning Jacket frontman Jim James called Regions of Light and Sound of God, and give it some arbitrary scores. To end the show, Max and Jansen play a cover of My Hero by Foo Fighters. And now, the magic begins.
This is Maxwell Royce of The Requisite, and you're listening to Talk and Cover.
Say that I have been on the mend, and I don't recall if when we last spoke that I made myself clear that I have always been and will always be waiting right here for you. Where have you been? Left alone with only the streetlights as friends. I have been waiting as long as I can't wait till the end. My hope was fading, that you'd come back to me like you said you would. But the lights on this road have faded away, and I fear that the lights have all burned out for good. That I'd be writing these words years down the road, sifting through memories, and all the things I heard would call out to me, reminding me that I never laid them to rest. But honestly, those memories are the ones that I love the best. Where have you been? Left alone with only the streetlights as friends. On this
Yeah,
Wait, not
Now do it.
Not do it, Jeff.
You got a fear boner.
Fear Boner. That would be an awesome band name.
It's new DMX.
We are Fear Boner.
Too much?
X is going to give it to you. Up going.
Why do you have DMX on your phone?
DMX.
Because DMX kicks ass.
DMX is
I
our
love
new.
DMX.
Yeah, DMX is awesome.
Like, for real, I actually
No.
really love him.
Yeah, so do I. Hence him being on my phone.
So thank
Not
you.
everything that I play is ironic. I actually really enjoy everything that I've played.
So thank you to our new guest here. DMX will be our new intro music.
Yeah!
We're sitting here with Max Tigner.
I go by Maxwell Royce.
So Jeff,
Do you really?
I do.
when did that happen? Like, when did you decide this is what's gonna happen now?
Well, I got my very first credit card right after high school, and after about the 5th or 6th statement for Mr. Pigner, I decided that I was going to start going for Maxwell Royce because that was a little easier to remember, and it didn't make me want to hunt down people and burn down the places they worked in. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're sitting with Maxwell Royce from the Requisite, Poorsport,
and numerous other projects.
the
as well.
Greengoes,
The
the
Greengoes.
Greengoes, and
Various others.
Anorexia and the what is it?
Anorexia and the Bulimics. It's an Irish traditional cover group that plays once a year at the Cozy Tavern in Kenmore.
On St.
St.
Patrick's.
Patrick's.
I was under the impression
We're gonna have to
that
go.
was-
We're gonna have to go
that
there
was
this
two
year.
I'm playing banjo this year. We're going to have an
Really?
upright bassist, an accordion,
Okay.
penny whistle.
Wait, what do you not play? What instruments do you not play?
I'm a really bad harp player.
So that means
Who
he's
really is a
trying.
good harp
I'm
player,
not
though?
a good harp player. Bazooki.
Joanna
Do
Newsom.
not hand me a bazooki.
Joanna Newsom is a great harpist, that's right.
So you can check out Max's music on myspace.com/therequisiteband and myspace.com/poorsport.
What about
Well, you should probably do that with Facebook instead because I think, actually, to be honest,
Well-
I'm fairly certain MySpace is phasing out all of our stuff because they have new MySpace.com.
We talked
So
about
that's
this
not going to stay?
with Jay
No, they're
Timberlake.
phasing. I know my personal music page has been taken out. It's gone.
Oh wow!
And I'm pretty sure the Gringos page is gone.
So go to facebook.com/
the Requisite
and then facebook.com/
Poorsport Music.
Okay, there you go.
In your Requisite, you guys just have a new actual like website design out now, so
Yeah,
there's something to go to.
Right, yes.
If
yeah.
you don't like the social networks.
Right.
Yeah, there's the people out there.
That website's awesome, by the way.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're actually in the process of revamping it right now so we can make it a little more interchangeable so we can put new stuff on there because it hasn't been updated in a long time.
It's pretty, though.
Well, thank you.
See,
It's pretty.
pretty's the name of the game. Man, it's probably Justin Timberlake's fault that MySpace is just, they're phasing everyone out.
Usually everything is just in the
Is our old band page still there?
I haven't looked at that in a while.
I downloaded some Prawns music not too long ago.
From the Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bandcamp is good. Do you guys have a Bandcamp?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's the real good one.
Wait. Okay, so what sites are actually used nowadays to really promote music? Because I feel like we've been out of the game for a while. Joe, you'd probably know a little bit.
I like SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and what's the other one I see? Tin Music or something? You ever seen that one?
I see people listening to stuff on Spotify all the
Spotify.
time.
Yeah.
Spotify works. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, but
Yeah, Spotify is actually kind of sweet. Like, they're randomly, like, we're actually starting to get paid for it more, I realized. Like, because you get paid, like, a couple of cents per play or something. And I noticed that we're actually starting to get paid for those.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
So how do you end up getting your music on there?
It's through the same distribution company that we used to get on iTunes. That's what we did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I'm talking about.
credibility.
All right. Well,
On that note,
Wait, so I know you've had the Requisite around for a while, but it's taken a couple different forms. How long has this formation of the Requisite been around now?
we've been a band as we currently exist for a little over a year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
With all the current members, the lead guitar player and I, Josh, have been doing it for 2 years, and I started the band almost 4 years ago. So it's gone through a lot of lineup changes. And actually, this is still kind of up in the air. I don't know for sure, but our old dear guitar player, Joshy Cole, might be moving to Bellingham to pursue a physics degree.
oh
Josh Cole, what are you thinking, my friend?
We love him, and we hope that he is denied and all of his dreams are dashed so he can stay with us forever, constantly delivering pizzas for Pagliacci's, because that's just what you're good at, baby.
no. Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. Josh is probably like just the least useful person in the band. Just
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean, he's
yeah.
guitar.
You got Jack. You got Chris. You guys are good without him. They're good without you, Josh.
Jansen's gonna replace you.
Clearly, I've been looking for a gig now, and now it's just that this is just my time. Your time's up.
All the lead on that My Hero cover, that was Jansen. He's coming for you, buddy.
I'm surprised we could pull that off.
Yeah, you didn't mess it up one time. I'm so
See,
proud of you.
Thank you. Messing up's the name of the game for me.
But really, no, we'll see. The lineup seems to be ever-changing with time, but this has definitely been the longest we've ever had a solidified lineup before.
So what's the project that you're working on right now?
I mean, the Requisite is an ongoing thing. I mean, we're recording at One Shot Studios in Woodinville, trying to get our full-length recorded with Dylan Fant.
Is that what the Meet Me at Dawn song is from?
Yeah, we have the songs that we have up right now that are full band recordings. Diaphanous Ardor and Meet Me at Dawn were recorded there, and we're also going to be releasing another one called 2/5 as a music video once that's completed.
Which we did just hear a preview of, and to say it sounded pretty cool.
It was alright. But
Okay.
But yeah, so I've been doing that a lot. We have a show coming up on the 22nd where we're playing on an Argosy cruise ship opening for a guy named Dylan Jacobson.
I saw that. Looks so cool.
I'm really pumped for that.
So how did that come about?
Yeah, how did you do
I'm
that?
curious how I was like, yeah.
Dylan's people got a hold of our people, which means Dylan's people got a hold of me, and asked us to play because I'd thrown a request his way a while back to see if he wanted to play a show with us, but he was unavailable. But it really, he listened to our tunes and really liked it and really wanted to play with us, and so he invited us out to open. So that'll be really cool. There's only a couple tickets left, and you can only actually get on the boat if you buy a pre-sale ticket. So if you're interested in that, you should go scope it on Facebook.
Is it a booze cruise?
Regrettably, no.
Oh.
But
there's a
They
bar.
didn't say you couldn't.
Oh, there's a bar. Okay.
It's a non-alcoholic bar
Oh.
because this is an all-ages event, and so you can go and pay for rock stars and Coca-Colas and
Which are fantastic.
Pepsi Clears and all that stuff.
They didn't say you couldn't drink and then show up.
They,
Not that we're...
yeah.
They actually check VAC before you get
I
on
was
the
gonna
boat.
say, yeah, I have no comment on that. I have to play, so I will be in top form for my opening set there, but there are large cavities in the back of my amp. In any case,
Yeah, well, that's the things you have to go through being a musician.
it's the truth. You got to make it happen. But yeah, so it's really just that. This Friday, my punk band, the Greengoes, we're playing up in Everett at Tony B's Garage on Hewitt, and then actually the following Friday on the 16th, or maybe it's a Saturday. It's the Saturday. Is the 16th. My new band that I'm working in, Poorsport, is playing there as well. So
No, wait, how did you get mixed with Poorsport? Because I know they've been around for a while now, and
yeah,
there's this big announcement, and then Max is up singing now for him.
yeah, it's super crazy. The very first band that I ever got into when I was like 12 years old was called Who's Your Daddy, and it was
Nice.
that was Poorsport before they became Poorsport.
Really?
Yeah, they were
And now you end up singing for him?
they were my favorite local band, and actually there's a picture of me with my very first guitar wearing a Poorsport shirt, like as I'm learning to play and stuff, like scoping their songs and whatnot. And then, I worked with Skeeter and Ben at Canelli Keys Music, and they know my father who used to work there as the lead repair tech guy. And they just they needed a new singer because their old one was bowing out for reasons having to do with having 4 children and lots of life going on and not being able to pursue the band as heavily as the rest of the members wanted. I mean, like right now it's kind of knock on wood hoping that it goes through, but we're being considered to open for Bad Religion at Showbox Soto.
Ooh, wow, that'd be cool.
And like, yeah,
Yeah,
it would be
it's Bad
super
Religion.
awesome. And works with Mike Thrasher for the next big punk show that comes into town. We're going to be on that bill. So, and we always apparently Poorsport. I've yet to have the opportunity to do it, but all the guys in Poorsport are really good friends with the guys in MXPX, and so we get to play with them. There are 2 annual shows every year. So
Man, I haven't heard Chick Magnet in some time.
dude, yeah, and even their MXPX's latest album is really good too.
I did actually listen to it. I can't tell you exactly what I remember from it, but I legitimately always enjoy it.
Yeah, Mike Herrera is a beast.
So, I mean, what's the punk scene like nowadays? Because since you're playing in a number of punk bands now, and I know kind of like when we were junior high, that was a big thing for us, but I guess it's just, I don't know, I don't hear much about it anymore. So what's it like nowadays around, especially here in Seattle?
To be totally honest, like for instance, like with the Requisite, our biggest problem is like navigating the music scene and post-music scene Seattle. Like, there's really not a lot of camaraderie or...
Yeah, that was actually kind of like what I was wondering, is because bands that are already established in like the hardcore and punk scenes will come up here, and play, but like I don't really know how does it work with like actual local bands.
Well, that's the thing is like with punk bands, like specifically the Greengoes, and like really I got immersed into it pretty heavily. That there is a really closely knit group of local bands that everybody is just very supportive and doing house shows, and it's all very DIY and family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't really seem to carry over a lot into a lot of the other genres of music that I play, or at least that I've noticed. It seems that like the local punk scene, and then I don't really have a lot of knowledge on the topic, but it would appear that whatever the local metal scene is seems to also have that going for it.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell people, I used to tell people that, oh, I'm in a hardcore band, and then people would be like, oh, cool, you're in like a band where kids wear short jean shorts and like scream a lot.
Is that what it's like now?
And I was like, wait, no, I don't mean hardcore like new hardcore. I mean hardcore like Black Flag, like old '80s hardcore. And like, oh, that's old school punk. Hardcore is something different now, I guess. But
Yeah, hardcore is like post-hardcore now.
yeah,
Well, what's post-hardcore?
post-hardcore?
That's yeah.
So there needs more pterodactyls.
Post-hardcore is just screamo, pretty much.
Stream.
Right.
Okay.
It's but so it's it's way easier to get shows and to book things. Like for instance, the Gringos in June, we have some buddies that were in a band called Bad at Best. No, what were they called? I don't remember. Now they're called.
Not important.
Now I don't remember. Now they're called Start a War, but they're down in Portland. It's them and another band called 48 Thrills, and they just got a hold of me the other day and was like, "Hey, we want to come up like June 15th and play a show. Can you help us out? We'll set up a show down here in Portland the day before, and we can do like a little mini 2-day stint." I was like, all right, cool. And so I called the Kraken, which used to be the Galway Arms, and Yav and Kat there was like, oh yeah, sure, let's just do that. I was like, all right, so super easy. But then with like the Requisite, for instance, we're just trying to get on bigger bills and get in front of more people, because there's not a lot of people. It's like, oh hey, you are also an indie alternative pop folk infused band.
You have the coffee houses, and you have that's it, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, like, and our band is so, it's like the Requisite's gotten so big sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Like it used to be that Josh and I, when we were just a duo, we would play coffee shops all the time, but now it's just matured into something so much larger that we can't really play smaller venues like we used to. And so it is now more making a point to play places like El Corazon.
Right, and you can do the
Which
bar
circuit?
circuit too.
Right, yeah, a lot of the local bars. We have a show in March with a band called Pacific Nomadic, and they're really, really cool at the Blue Moon, so I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Because, I mean, I saw you guys at Comet Tavern, and I mean, the bar was not very crowded, but you guys just blew that place up. I mean, that's what you're talking about, that big sound.
Yeah.
I mean, that sound carries. That's awesome. That's pretty sweet.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see, what else?
Did you have any more questions, Joe?
Joe, you said you had some band comparisons that I am curious to hear.
Oh yeah,
about.
well see, yeah, on the Meet Me at Dawn song, I was wondering if you've ever got a Panic at the Disco comparison before.
You know, the closest I've gotten, I've been told that I sound similar to Patrick Stump, the singer from Fall Out Boy,
We've got a new album coming out soon.
Yeah.
and the singer from Bare Naked Ladies, the 90s Canadian pop band.
Okay,
Still relevant.
Yes!
Huh.
Yes!
All right.
I love that. I love those guys. But yeah, so not specifically Panic at the Disco, and I won't actually, I couldn't take offense to that. I recently had the drummer from Poorsport show me a video of them performing live.
Dude,
And I'd always...
They're actually really
Oh,
good.
they're amazing.
Yeah.
The lead guy, I think this is Brendan Urie, I think is the singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, this song goes out to all the dads in the audience who brought your daughters to come listen to our music, and they played Carry On My Wayward Son flawlessly. Guitar-wise, note for note, harmonies, note for note, and it kicked ass. It was super good.
We don't swear.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait.
I'm just giving you shit, man.
Oh, darn it.
We got you, man. But can they play Carry On Wayward Son on
Guitar
Guitar Hero is the real question. I played Guitar Hero for the first time in years yesterday, and I'm not very good.
Really?
Yeah, I had my first foray into Rock Band, and it was just like, this game is stupid.
That's not realistic.
But I will say, I was old and crotchety style about that for a long time, but I just recently met a couple guys who are in bands locally that are doing pretty well, and they're actually very good musicians. And I just found out, I was like, oh yeah, I started playing drums because of Rock Band. I was like, what? Really? He's like, oh yeah, and my buddy, he started playing guitar because of Rock Band.
Well, it's pretty awesome how these rhythm games, whether it be Dance Revolution, getting people to dance, or
Right, and obviously it didn't teach them specifically, but that's what got them interested enough to actually go and pick up a real guitar.
Well, it's kind of like it makes you feel like you're a rock star, even though you're not actually doing it. So
even though you're wearing your whitey tighties in your mom's basement and you just go on eating your Team Cheerios. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
And then it gives you practice with rhythm, which a lot of people is the killer that keeps them away from music, is they can't keep the rhythm.
I mean, that's the main thing that you get out of it, being able to move fingers and then just keep that little tempo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are you looking at? Are you looking at the agenda?
Yeah.
We have an agenda?
Yeah.
Well, we try to, and
That's
then
so
we loosely follow it and just kind of go wherever it takes us.
All right.
Wait, were you a gamer growing up? Out of curiosity, because I know you're not a fan of Guitar Hero now, but
Well, PlayStation 2 was the sole reason why I failed my first class in 10th grade.
which class was that?
It was English with Mrs. Freeman. It was like her first year teaching there.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure.
what grade was this?
I was in 10th grade, so you would have been in 11th grade.
Yeah, back in high school.
Yeah.
Wait, all right, PlayStation 2. What was it though? There has to be like
so many. I had like. When I went and finally traded everything in, I traded in like 80-something games with it.
Jesus.
I was like,
what?
Oh my god.
like most of the games, I owned them.
Most of them.
Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon.
There was no Crash Bandicoot.
PlayStation
Yeah,
2.
you can still play the PlayStation. You still could have played the PlayStation 1 version.
It was all about like
I know
grind
what
sessions.
I know what I'm
play one
talking
song.
Grind sessions.
Yeah, bro. No, it was, I played my share of video games. It was between that and the N64.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Were my big ones. I never did beat Donkey Kong 64. That always pissed me off.
I don't think a lot of people beat
I
that
got
song.
to the freaking thing
I
with
like
the
that.
alligator, and I could never figure out how to get inside. It was just pent up frustrations. I'm sorry.
All right, so do you have any shows coming up in the very near future? I know you mentioned a couple of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So what were the dates on
yeah,
those
to
ones
be
again?
in chronological order, this coming Friday, the 8th, is Tony V's in Everett with the Greengoes, if you're into skate punk or like early sounding thrash metal. And then the Saturday after that, which I believe is the 16th, is also at Tony V's in Everett, but that's with Poorsport, and that's like older sounding pop punk music. And then
Melodic punk.
And then I believe it's the week after that is the 22nd is Friday, and that is the boat show with Dylan Jacobson, Shoreline Drive District, and the Requisite is opening. So.
All right, because I'm definitely going to be showing up for those. All right, and then you've also I was going to act like you were going to play these songs that you've already played for us now, but what were the songs that you just performed for us live in studio?
Live
Inside
in
Reed
living
and
room.
Jeff's living room.
Hey, there's an excellent view from the studio.
It looks like a real city out there, doesn't it?
It really does, but it's just Woodinville.
This is how we seduce you into coming.
I know, this big comfy couch, and what's on this Rainier? But anyway, I was
It's working. It's working.
not like this. No, the songs that I sang. The first song that I sang was called Squared, and the second song I did was called Meet Me at Dawn. And you can actually hear both of those on our Facebook page. There's an acoustic version of Squared, and then a full band and an acoustic version of Meet Me at Dawn. And then Jansen and I rocked out to some Foo Fighters doing My Hero.
Which band was the songs you played? Which group was that for?
That was from The Requisite.
All right, so we got 2 songs from the Requisite, and then Max and I rocking out hardcore My Hero.
And I did one harmony line, so don't forget that.
If you turn up the music real loud, you'll hear Jeff in the background just failing.
And it's not even poop sounds. It's like actual harmony.
Well, those are supposed to be silent,
Those are
but
true.
we'll see.
Mr. Maxwell Royce, thank you for joining us today, and please come back and jam with us anytime.
Thank you for having me. I certainly will.
Boom. Listening to songs from the Requisite. Huzzah!
Where are we going?
Memories? Yeah, it's rolling.
All right.
We can scoot in.
Someone has to Spider-Man it in the corner.
Is it going?
Yeah, it's going.
Wait, did that hurt?
Yeah, that
Wow,
felt
dude.
bad. No, I didn't hit anything. But I just figured this is about as much couch room as I have.
No, look at how
I'm just kidding. No, it's great.
God.
Okay.
Gall.
Gall.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So this week we all listened to the Jim James album Regions of Light and Sound of God. Jim James from My Morning Jacket. So, what do y'all think?
Joe, I want to hear what you.
Yeah, let's hear
loved
what
it.
Joe
Which
thinks.
excites you.
Joe, you listened to the album this week?
Yeah, dude.
He listens to it every week, except last week.
Oh, you guys are putting so much pressure on me. It's gonna give me gayest.
Oh, jeez. Jeez.
Okay. I really liked it, dude. I don't know. Like, I'm not the hugest My Morning Jacket fan, and I really like I thought it was just a really beautiful album, like from front to back. And the was it like the 8th track that's like called All's Forgiven? Is that what it's called?
Is that the second to last one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, that
that's
song
great.
is incredible, dude. Like, it has like this Middle Eastern vibe to it, and he's talking about really heavy Christianity and Muslim stuff, and it's sick. I'm all about it.
Come on, Jansen.
Jansen laughs at the word Muslim for some reason.
No, it was his ball was making.
His balls are making noise.
I'm sitting on an exercise
Is
ball.
that recording?
Yeah.
I
Oh.
forgot it.
Yeah, it's going up and down and such, and making numbers go.
Oh, we did.
So I think that the people of America don't know how to find America on a map because such as
The Afghanistan.
and the Iraq.
Yeah.
For the future.
For the future
Of our
and
children.
map America.
Such as
So I also liked the album a lot. I thought it was great. I'm not like I like My Morning Jacket, but I don't listen to them that much. And I thought this was one of those specific instances where the solo, because he's like the heart and soul of the band, I assume, right? Yeah. So it's one of those things where he can leave the band and make just as solid effort as the rest of the band can. Although he has more dynamic diversity in his songs than I feel like the band does.
See, I fucking love My Morning Jacket. In case people don't know this, they're easily one of my favorite bands.
Here's all the anger. All the anger's
All
coming
the
out.
anger. And they've been neglected by most people I know, and
I've never really.
they've never been given the respect. I gave one of their CDs to somebody who we all know, but I won't mention his name. They have an album called Z, which is like one of the best albums.
Which album?
Ever.
Which album did you give?
Z.
Oh, yeah, that is.
And this person never listened to it. I gave this person this CD.
Not
No,
everyone,
I
not
don't
everyone wants to go
listen-
out of their way to listen to some
fine.
band they don't care about. And
Actually, I'm pretty sure I lent it to them and I just never got it back. But either way. Anyway. Obviously I love this album. You can hear, the thing about My Morning Jacket is they're from Louisville, Kentucky, and if you listen to their very early stuff, their heaviest influence is just Southern rock.
Alternative country kind of thing.
Certainly alternative country and Leonard Skinner and that type of thing. And they still have elements of that, but Jim James has kind of taken the band to a lot of other places. And musically, I mean, you just can't, you don't know what you're going to get. The most recent My Morning Jacket album, Circuital, was much more sort of raw, or I don't know if raw is the right term, but it was very scaled back, more acoustic-y, that type of thing. The previous album was just all over the place. They did, like 70s ballad kind of stuff. I mean, they just do everything. So I just think Jim James is kind of in a different place musically.
AKA Yim Yams.
Yim
Yim
Yams.
Yams.
That was his
Yim
other
Yams.
alias.
I love the fact that it just seems to have like someone said it to me, like an old-timey feel mixed with almost an electronic groove, which is
It
extremely
did kind of
cool.
sound like a 70s, like...
There's a lot of old
Pink
sample
Floyd
little
type
sounds
thing.
it sounds like, and like the opening song, State of Art, or State of the Art, AEIOU.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite track on the whole. It's got that piano riff and how he just uses the vowels.
Well, how about, did you guys see the music video for No Till Now? Or
Yes.
Is that the song?
Yes. No Till Now. That's the second song on the album.
So that's been out for a couple months, and when I saw it, I mean that music video is literally it's a shot of him, his back, on this white
screen.
backdrop. He's wearing like a black suit, and that's the entire. But it's there's something about it with that song where it just works, and that it's the simplest video ever made.
And you like his backside. You like Jim James'
And I like
backside.
his backside.
Let's not sugarcoat it.
Yeah. So.
I definitely think the album is much better than I expected, and it still has that whole My Morning Jacket feel without being My Morning Jacket, which is, I mean...
Don't say it's good that it's not My Morning Jacket. But it's
I'm
just
not gonna say
different.
I love My
It's
Morning Jacket.
Well, yeah. Can you compare it to the whole band? Like, what is the differences that you know since you are?
There's
a big
less
fan?
solos.
Oh yeah, I mean they're very jam heavy on their albums, and especially live. The way they set up their live show is.
Sorry.
I didn't hear it.
Max just had an orgasm.
I thought you were thinking about jam.
I'm really
The
jammed.
thought of jam is all it takes.
Giving me a clue.
I'm getting such a clue right now.
Let's follow your clue. I want your clue go on my clue. Anyway.
Alright, so if we had to rate the album, rate on a scale of 1 to 10,
9.7.
give it a 9.7.
Ooh.
That's the
Whoa.
highest score that we've
Well, what
given
am I
out.
gonna do?
What?
Not give it. It's
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
awesome.
Wait, what did he give Kendrick? Is that more than
No,
Kendrick?
we never reviewed Kendrick.
Yeah.
We said that was our
Oh.
favorite album of the
Kendrick
year.
would get a 10.
Okay, he would have given
9
it a 10. Okay.
Yeah. Kendrick
Okay.
Lamar...
Okay, we're not talking about Kendrick Lamar.
Fine, we're not talking
That's
about
like if
Kendrick Lamar.
Jesus made an album.
Maybe
10 out of
Jesus did make an album, and maybe his name is Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I can see
I
it.
give-
coming.
I give this album 8.9.
Wait, what'd you
That's
give
a-
it?
Yeah, I set the bar.
8.9.
I set the bar so high so that you guys will be like nervous about it.
No, I was gonna give it an
8.9.
8.9. It was good.
I'm pretty sure I always give a score around Jeff's score for some reason, but that's just how I roll.
That's what you
You-
said too. You said.
I haven't given it a score
Oh,
yet.
it's Joe's turn.
Joe.
Oh yeah, mine is just a flat 9, and
Ooh,
that's
flat
actually
9.
like, I don't know, like I'm not a fan of solo albums a lot of the time when bands like the lead singer, because he's always just like, oh, this is my solo album, guys. Like, look how awesome I am.
It sounds
But,
just
like-
like the band.
Yeah, and it's just never as full and as good, and it's always just kind of gimmicky and lame. But this was actually like a full concept kind of album. It all made sense that he did it. It was like there's actually a reason why he made the album. It's just awesome. It's good.
All right, Max. If you had to guess, like what you would consider this album, we have Max still here with us.
I've been listening to a lot of One Direction lately, and if it's anything like what I'm hearing on Kiss 106.1, then it's probably pretty good. No, I really haven't given My Morning Jacket an honest to goodness, like legitimate listen. And the only actual frame of reference I have is that I once saw an episode of American Dad.
That's
That had
exactly
to do
what it's from.
With My Morning Jacket. I was like, man, I should look into these guys because all the music they use in this episode's really kick ass.
No, I think just from what I know from you, what I've seen you play, I think you'd be a big fan.
Would you consider them to be like a post rock band?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I would say that they may tie some elements into their music like that, but no, I would not put them.
Okay,
in
because
the
stuff I've
post
heard
rock.
like the very little bit I've heard seems like it's very large and ethereal and orchestral and how it's.
They have
Points, yeah.
at times. It's almost I get like a Pink Floyd type thing where they kind of
Sometimes
that.
it's riff heavy, sometimes it's big and
exactly,
punchy.
exactly. All right.
Well, then I'd probably give it like like a 7.4.
7.4. I mean, he hasn't-
7. I've never heard him, and just based on
That's pretty good for
Yeah,
never having heard it.
Never heard the band. Never actually listened to a song from start to finish, unless there's a hit that I don't know the name of. But
that's fair.
Okay.
I would also give it a straight 9.
Straight 9.
Straight 9.
All right.
Straight 9. I'm not
Nice.
gonna
You get a
sugarcoat it,
straight
but I dug it. Now, all right.
Silent Green
Bef-
is people.
Wait, wait. Reed, sit down. Before we're having an encore interview with Max here because I took away some of Joe's questions that he had so elegantly
It's okay.
prepared. And
It's okay.
no,
Joe's crying.
no, Joe's crying just a little bit, but I
can
but- because
amongst yourselves.
Max hasn't run away in fear yet of us, so now I feel like
You're keeping me here.
I feel it's an excellent time now to get these off our chest.
Okay.
Get off
Well,
my
really, it was
chest.
just
These off our.
it was just one epic question.
That was the only one we talked about it off mic.
Yeah, that's all it was just one epic question. Are we doing it again?
Well, can you? All right, can you give this?
Nah, don't bother. Just
Nah.
cut it.
Okay, I'm not even. Don't
No,
even.
I'm just kidding.
Don't
I'm
even.
just kidding.
Don't even.
No,
I'll
no.
just tell the audience right now. If the Leviathan existed, I would slay it.
Well, okay. This actually we could ask the whole group right now this question, and everybody could give a quick answer of what they would do.
Oh, Okay.
All right. Go for it.
Would that be new and
That's
exciting?
new. Yeah,
That's
exciting.
fresh.
All right.
I'm hipping with it.
Okay, Joe.
Okay, this is the question, everybody. Okay. Epic
Wait,
question from Joe.
epic question from Joe.
Okay. If right now,
Are you going to cue up the
theme
epic
song?
music?
Hold on, theme song.
Theme song.
This is really.
Max is giving me a theme song.
This is gonna go really well. Wait for it. Wait for it. Go.
Okay. If you were to turn on the news right now and you saw that a Leviathan had swam across the Pacific Ocean from Japan and is now terrorizing Seattle, downtown Seattle, ripping down buildings, eating children, what would you do right now at this very moment if that was what you saw on the news? Ready, set, go. We'll let Max give his answer.
In a world where one man fights to survive. No, okay. No, I would. I told when I was asked this before, I said that I would go home and get my battle-ready war axe that I purchased off the internet, made out of 1060 carbon steel. That's actually fully functional, and I would get into my Scion and I would go down to do battle with it. I would either do that or I would flee over the mountains to Wenatchee to hide with my grandma and grandpa. One of the two.
Okay, Reed, go. What would you do?
So we were watching Cloverfield the other night, and I think Jeff and I agreed at the time, Jeff may have a different answer, that we'd probably just find something to hide under. And so I'm guessing that's what I would do, and probably poop myself.
I'd go find a basement and poop myself with Reed.
Jensen, what would you do?
I would pleasure the Leviathan. Specifically with this head massager.
Oh,
It
yeah.
absolutely does wonders.
It's
and I'm
called
sure
the Orgasmatron.
it's called, apparently, according to Holly here, the Orgasmatron.
Oh, don't give me.
Holly didn't want credit for that, but she got it anyways. And I'm sure the Leviathan would become friends with us.
Holly, what would you do?
I would run away. With
Where?
Jeff.
Where'd you run away?
I'd go up to Maysville and hide with Ben in summer.
To Marysville?
Yeah,
It's far away from the water.
it's very far away.
Oh,
Joe, what would you do?
Yeah, man, well, the thing is that, like, if it's just in Seattle, like, that's still, like, 10 minutes away from where we are right now. I would just probably hang out right here and just kind of, like, gauge it. You know what I mean? I definitely, like, pay attention to the
Like
news.
a forest fire, just kind of be like, well, I'll leave if it gets close.
Yeah, because, like, really think about it, you know? Like, it wouldn't...
I would leave. I mean, I personally.
Yeah, why would it bother with Bob?
Dude, but the thing is that...
I'm gonna revise mine and say apparently I'm gonna knock Joe out and then we'll put him in the car and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe will be like, you'll be like that guy when Mount St. Helens erupted.
But
Just-
this is the thing, though, is that I-5 and all of our highways would all be packed.
That's true.
Like,
They would be-
yeah,
they
so
would
what
be
would
packed.
you really do? Like, you could just go hide in the woods. That might be kind of smart.
Oh, the woods.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking I would hide in a basement somewhere, like close by.
Go
But I
hide in
could
the
get to.
rooms.
Yeah, the Leviathan won't go anywhere near Reed's.
Well, this
Okay.
has been a good night for me.
Well, that's it.
Signing off.
There's the show. Talk and cover, everybody.
Thanks, Max.
All right. This is this is Mobile Abortion Clinic from our album Triplets for the Price of Twins.
I'm going to mess this up.
Oh, no, so am I. Yeah, okay.
We got this now.
Too alarming now to talk about. Take your pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, racing around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero. He's ordinary. Kudos, my hero, leaving all the best. You know my hero, the one that's all. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero. He's ordinary.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Boom.